welcome back to the channel, ladies and gentlemen, and today we are going to be talking about Misfits title fights we want to see in 2025. So without further ado, we're going to switch from the logo to the rankings. Alright, we're going to be starting off with the women's champions, and just after watching Misfits 20, Carla Jade drew her match against Melanie Shaw, who's ranked second. I do think it was a very close fight. I don't know if Carla actually won that fight. A lot of people thought Melanie Shaw won. I think that is probably the next title fight. I think it should be a rematch. Even Carla Jade said she'll take a rematch. So I would suppose for the women's lightweight, that was probably the next title fight that we should see later on this year, because we've obviously already had her defend her belt, but I think Melanie Shaw should be the next person to fight. And then I'm assuming Nikki Rue would probably want to come back for another fight, whether she fights for a title or not, but she could be another contender. But I do believe it will probably be Carla Jade, Melanie Shaw. If we move up a bit, it is the women's middleweights, which Al Brook is the current champion. Who I would like to see her fight for the title is Paige Van Zandt. We had that draw, it never really got solved, so I would like to see her fight Paige Van Zandt, have that rematch. I think it will be a good fight for Elle and for Paige. She is ranked number 1. Misfits did change their website. It looks so much better than what it used to. The rankings actually look pretty decent. It used to be a shambles, so it looks very nice. A lot of these girls haven't actually fought on Misfits before. I think Little Belsie has fought. I don't know if Jenny Savage has fought. I know Killer B has fought. She fought on the same card as Paige Van Zandt and Elle Brook, the first one. But anyway, this is about a title fight, so that will be the title fight I'd like to see Elle fight next. I think it was a good fight, and I think it would be a good fight too. Now the last women's title, if you move up here, it is the cruiserweight, the women's cruiserweight, Julie Porker. Now this is a difficult one because I thought Bobby would be a very good test for her, and not really. Julie kind of dominated the fight. This is a difficult one because I don't really know who you put in there. The number 1 ranked is Ty Emery, but I've never seen her fight. I don't even know who she is. So logically, you put the number 1 ranked, Misfits number 1 ranking against her. So we do that. We see how that works. We're going down here. We've seen Pittman fight. She wasn't that great. She also had a bad knee. Vampira, she's beat Vampira. She's beat Bobby. Lauren Baker, we haven't seen. I think Lauren needs to fight. Probably maybe Vampira to get another title shot. Alicia, we've seen fight. She wasn't the best, but she was the first fight. Danielle Hamzy, she fought in the tournament. Emily Brooke. Faith, I would like to see come back, but I don't think that she's going to come back in a while. And then Jessie, we haven't seen. So the logical step would be put the number 1. She hasn't fought number 1 ranking. Give her number 1. That's a bit boring, but yeah, that's all I got. Now let's move on to the men got ranking. The lightweight. How is Cray Cray the champion? Okay, Misfits has fucked up this heavily, unless Dean has relinquished his belt, which I'm not aware of that. I don't know how Little Cray Cray is the champion. As far as I know, Dean is still the champ. Let me know in the comments down below if I've missed something on Twitter or something. But I thought Dean was still the champ, so I would assume because Cray Cray on the tournament, it would be Dean and Cray Cray. So I'm going to move past that one. Let me know in the comments down below if I have missed something on Twitter and maybe Dean has walked away or he relinquished the belt or something. But let me know. Welterweight, we've got Jarvis, who is the current champion. He had a good fight against Ben Williams. Ben Williams was going to get knocked out in that fight. He says he had jobs where he wanted him, then he got injured. I don't think so. He gassed out super quickly. I think you've got to give it to Warren the Mechanic Spencer. He beat Nick. Mam said the winner of that fight gets next title shot. You gotta give the mechanic Jarvis. I think that was an easy one to make for the next fight. That's got to be the next fight for Jarvis. I didn't know Prince Sami Ahmed was trying to fight for Misfits belt. I thought he was maybe trying to go a little bit low-key on the professional route. But interesting, that could be a good fight to set up later on. I mean, Ed Matthews is still there. B-Dave apparently retired, but we don't really know. They don't even have pictures. Danny Aaron's is, he's in dad mode right now, so I don't think you're going to see him for a while. So yeah, Warren against Jarvis probably would be the logical move to make. And then we'll see what happens later down in the line with them. Middleweight champion Nissan Gibb. I thought Gibb was going to throw away the belt, but it looks like he wants the belt. If we're going to fight for the belt, I think you give him Salt Poppy. You got to give him a big name in Misfits. Salt Poppy's a big name. That just makes sense to me. Give him Salt Poppy. Let's see what happens. I would do King Kenny versus Slim. Slim wants the rematch. King Kenny's a good fighter. That could be a good fight to set up. But I think for Gibbs' next fight, maybe make it a Salt Poppy. And if he beats Salt Poppy, I'm looking down this list. I don't see anyone who's going to challenge him enough, so they might have to go look at outsiders after Salt Poppy. If he beats Salt Poppy, I think he will. Then you got your light heavyweight champion, AT. AT just fought Darren Till, and he got absolutely dominated against Darren Till. But AT said he was probably thinking about retirement. I think AT shouldn't retire. I think he should do one more title fight at least. Give him a good fight, a good person to fight, and then he can decide whether he wins or loses, what to do. Now, if you look at this top 10, you've got Deji. I don't know why Deji's on the rankings. Deji's not going to fight for titles. Danny Simpsons, Nunez, Erickson. He's beat Erickson very convincingly. Ferrari, Kristen Ham, maybe he's gone down a weight. Raksu, Taylor Holder. Taylor Holder needs to actually get in the ring. And I also don't think he wants a Misfit belt. Benson Henderson could be. Benson Henderson, I think that would actually be a really good fight for Anthony Taylor. It's a good fight. I think it would be a good competitive fight. They both have MMA backgrounds. I think it's a good fight for I think I would make that fight Henderson versus Taylor, and then Anthony can decide what to do after that, whether he wants to retire or continue going. Then we move on to the cruiserweight, which there is still a tournament going on. Don't know how KSI is still #1 contender when he's not fighting for titles. But yeah, there's still a tournament going on. I think Le'Veon is supposed to versus Josh, and Mike Edwards is still in the tournament. Minicon is still in the tournament. I believe Mike Edwards and Minicon are supposed to fight Josh and Le'Veon, or did Josh beat Minicon? I can't remember. It's been so long. They've really been taking their time with this tournament. So yeah, I do think Le'Veon Bell will win the tournament, and then by default he'll become the cruiserweight champion. But yeah, that tournament has been dragging on for a little bit too long now. Let's move up to the heavyweight, which is the last title in Misfits. It's Chase Damore. He's the champion. He's been calling out Roman Fury. If they have him on the rankings and he's a ranked opponent, give him Roman Fury. I think Chase will do a lot of trash talk with the Fury name and everything, and I think it will be very, very good and interesting to watch. I don't think HS deserves the title fight right now. He's pulled out of 2 fights. The one before the Wade one, I don't really know what happened there. They both said it was one or the other. But yeah, I think the logical one is to give Roman Fury the fight, because Chase has been asking for that. I think I think it'll be a good press conference. I think they'll do a lot with that. I don't know who Tank Tolman is. Let me know in the comments down below if he has fought in Misfits before, because I don't remember him. But yeah, I think give me Roman Fury. And yeah, that is it. That is the Misfits title fights we want to see in 2025. The only other title that I've not mentioned is the tag team titles. I don't know what they're doing with the tag team concept, and if B-Dave is retired, him and Pineda was probably like the best people to put against other two tag teams. I think the tag team concept, they are busy. I think they are struggling to find people for it, especially similar weights. So that's why I didn't touch on that. And there's also, they don't have a tag team ranking here, so it makes it a bit messy. But anyway, that is going to be my Misfits 2025 title fights we want to see. And also, let me know in the comments down below who KSI should fight. I just read that the guy he pulled out, I can't remember his name right now. He's a former footballer, played for left back. It's the guy John Terry had a thing with, well, John Terry, Shaggy's wife. Anyway, Wayne Bridges, that's his name, yes. He pulled out of the fight because of the trash talk that about his wife. So yeah, let me know who he should fight. Apparently they had a big name, the big name pulled out. Yeah, let me know in the comments down below. I'd really would like to see who you guys have, who you think the champion should fight, and who KSI should fight next. Apparently it's for March, that's when he's scheduled in it. 2 months, you could get a full camp in 2 months. I'm sure they could find a decent opponent for that fight. But anyway, that is going to be it for the video. Like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.